Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GameStar TV on this Sunday night. We have just kicked over 7 p.m. AEDT, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the Kanga Esports 1v1 Cup. This is where you settle all those grudge matches against your friends, your foes, your best mates, your worst enemies. Who is the best at Paladins? It all comes down to this. Anybody has entered. I think we had near on 50 entrants, and my name is Kit Fox, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm joined by Hades, captain of the Kanga Paladins side, and HRX representatives for the ANZ region. Hades, first of all, welcome to the stream. How are you, mate?
Yep, I'm absolutely amazing and very hyped for these 1v1s. I can't wait to see who comes out on top, because there's been some BMs and stuff going around in the Discord chats.
As there always is. I mean, there always is. Doesn't matter what game you play, but the Paladins lads, they just seem to have that little bit of extra spice when it comes to their banter and their gameplay. They're all friends, and like I've said time and time again, haven't seen a scene as close-knit as this one. And, you know, the grudges are real. Often it's Kanga, the ones that currently sit in the top of the throne, that are often the target of a lot of the up-and-comers teams. Outlaws is one of the teams that were chomping at your heels for a while. Masterminds were another, but first off, congratulations on representing the region at HRX. And my man, do you think you're going to be able to repeat that performance? Do you think you're going to be still number one, or is there a team that's in your sight that you're kind of watching that might be able to challenge you?
Yeah, I think we can still pull it off, but there's tons of talented players coming up in the scene, as we'll see tonight, and they've all formed new teams this season as well, so no one really knows what's going to happen. But back to the tournament here, it's started, the bracket is live, so if you're one of the people playing in the tournament, make sure to check out the bracket now, and if you're on the top of the bracket, go ahead and start up your game, make the lobby, message the person you're versing, and get them in there. Because we're actually going to be spectating Lizlak's game first, and he's up against Patanda. So we'll see how this one turns out. So there we go. Hey, how many did we actually have as a confirmed number at the end? I think you said we had somewhere along the lines of 50 sign-ins, but how did we go at check-ins? I'm thinking, was it about 25 in the end? I think we got at least 30. The bracket's lying to me at the moment, but it was 30 when I clicked the check-in button. There we go. So like we said, ladies and gents, it is going to be a double elimination format. And what we haven't actually mentioned is that the players are actually going to be playing Androxus all the way through to the semi-finals. So it's going to be good old 1v1 Andro action. So Lizlak, we know him. He's a pretty good DPSer. Hey, how do you think he'll go in this first match? I don't actually know his opponent, so really anything could happen. A lot of people tend to go on ult, so it might be someone on an ult account that we don't know about, or it just might be someone new to the scene wanting to prove what they got. So I guess we'll see. What it won't be is a Kanga member, because like you were mentioning beforehand, the Kanga lads are not able to participate, and that's for a number of reasons, one being that, you know, conflict of and whatnot. It is your cup, thanks to Cougar Official as well, and the other one being that, let's be honest, you're the best in the region, and it would be difficult to go up against yourself, Chronix. You know, Diggy Dog comes to mind, and just want to give a quick shout out and a quick mention and a special send off to Josh Kent, who has actually made the decision to retire from the esports scene and focus on his career in the Air Force. So Josh Kent, from everybody here at GameStar, from everybody here watching in the channel, we wish you all the best of luck on your career in the Air Force. You gave it a red hot crack all the way through CS, Overwatch, and Paladins, and we will miss you. But Hades, Lizlak's going to be the first one, and Patanda, like you said, I don't know the name either, but let's see if it is an alt or a newcomer, or if it's somebody who's just signed up and drawn a very, very short straw straight up. Yeah, well, we'll see. And just a reminder to everyone out there, you can buy items and use your ultimates. This is anything goes 1v1. Just whoever's the most skillful player will win this on that character, by the way. The tables and chairs match. There's no rules. Just get them all out. Get it all laid out on the table and get the game rolling. So, Hades, has Lizlak actually got the lobby up underway so far? What are we going to go in terms of maps tonight? Is it just going to be the one map? Yeah, it will be the one map, because this is the smallest map and best for 1v1. So hopefully it's some good fair battles on either side. And it's an identical map as well, so it's the same on both sides. So no matter which side of the map you're on, you're good to go.
So let's just see what these teams, what their strats are going to be. I mean, Androxus, he takes a fair bit of skill, so it's interesting that you have picked him for the 1v1s. It's always good to see, you know, the, well, across all of the DPS champions in Paladins, a lot of that direct damage DPS. You said that all of the 1v1s right through to the semis are going to be Andro 1v1, but later on, I believe Maeve and Cassie from the semi-finals, from the best of threes, will be the other two heroes.
Yeah, so once they get towards the end of the bracket, the semi-finals, then some extra champions get put into the mix. So you not only have to be the best at your hit scan Andro plays, but you also have to be good at Maeve, which will be the next champion up. And that really throws like a different thing in the mix because it's a totally different champion.
Well, let's get it underway. There you can see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, Lizlak is going to be blue, Patanda is red, and it is going to be 42 wins. So, Hades, what are you expecting to see here? How is Lizlak's Androxus? You'd know better than anybody here.
Well, I believe he's actually the tank player for his team.
Yeah, he loves Mokoa.
His Andro, really, no one knows. He could be the most talented person ever ready to pull out the win, or he could totally choke here and lose against this person who isn't in a top team.
30 seconds.
Yeah, well, interesting to note, because everyone is going to be playing Androxus 1v1, you can see, like you were just touching on, Lizlak would much rather play a frontline champion. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how everybody who's entered this tournament is going to be forced to adapt, because like you said, Androxus, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Should you make it through to the semis, then you're going to have to play the Maeve. And then should you still be tied 1v1, then we go over to the Cassie. So let's get it underway. Lizlak on blue, Patanda on red. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Kanga 1v1 Cup, round number 1. My name is Kit Fox, joined by Hades. Crisis is the producer, pushing the buttons behind the curtain. Quick engage there from Lizlak, or Netherstep coming straight up. Reversal now into play. Oh, countered spectacular there by Lizlak on the blue, but there is Patanda going down first, so it's all about baiting out those abilities, Hades. The reversal is going to be the one to watch here for sure.
Yeah, a key thing that a lot of people don't realise is, because you don't run into this in competitive games when it's an Andro versus something else, because in competitive mode you can't have an Andro on both teams. But when you're in these 1v1 situations, you gotta save your reversal till after they use it. Because if you press it first, that means they can deflect your reversal with theirs and they have a chance to hit you with it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
saw there.
Yeah, I was going to say Lizlak didn't care. That was in fact the second time where Patanda actually waited for Lizlak to use his reversal first, but it was almost like Lizlak didn't really care because he was more than happy just to nether step straight up into the air and then try and rain sweet death down from up on high. But now both of these players just juking around the observatory. Patanda actually has the drop on Lizlak here again, baits out the reversal. Oh, but the melee coming out and Patanda takes an early lead, 2-1.
Yeah, you got to be careful about those melee attacks. People just aren't used to them. It's a fairly new addition to the game. It's been out for a few patches now, but people just don't expect it. It's the punches. Actually, that punch can go through reversal as well, so you got to keep your eye out on that. If they do happen to put their reversal first, they can not only be punched through it, but they can be punched and then counter reversal.
Again, Lizlak going in and blowing the reversal first. So Patanda definitely winning the mind games here. Currently with a 2-round advantage, 3-1. And it is going to be first to 40, but all these games are capped at, I believe, about, it was 10 minutes, Hades, so it's going to be around 10-minute rounds.
Yeah, first to 10 kills, or
there we go.
When the 10-minute timer runs out. But nice quick games today.
There we go, up until the 70s where it comes out to a best of 3. Again, Lizlak first into the reversal, pays for it with his life. Patanda seems to have the upper hand here. I mean, he's just waiting around that telescope. Around the observatory, he has got the accursed arm available, should he decide to use it as well. Lizlak still 20% away from that one. I don't think Patanda will be too phased here when he decide to throw it down. He takes to the skies. Ooh, that was an opportunity there. Decides against it now. Reversal coming out first from him this time. Lizlak again into it. Launches one out and connects, but Patanda with a sliver of
he
HP.
must be listening to the stream.
Yeah.
He's picking up all the tips I'm mentioning. Punching through the reversal, waiting to press it second. This guy knows what he's doing. And I just actually got a message. Apparently, he's from a top Overwatch team coming over to show his stuff.
There you go. Must like a bit of McCree action. It's probably the one I'd draw a direct line to when it comes to heroes. But Lizlac answers one back, blows the accursed arm, and well, just relies on the splash damage in the end there to get one back. But it's 2-5 now. But the Patanda on the red player here, sorry, the red player Patanda, I'll say it right eventually, is not too phased about that. He's 5 rounds away from victory. Lizlac with a sliver of HP closes the gap with the melee again. And it seems to me we're having a recurring pattern here. Reversal is coming out first from Lizlac, Patanda punching through them. Not too phased at all, Hades.
Yeah, apparently he's a Widowmaker main, so it makes sense. This is actually a really totally different. Andro works well close up in the short range engagement because he's got that melee punch. The reversal is good when they can't line aside it, and he seems to know exactly what he's doing.
He knows this map like the back of his hand, like it was the home streets he grew up on as a toddler. He's now 3 frags away from coming out with a victory here. Lizlac is still only on 2. Patanda on 7. Patanda just seems to know Androxus a little bit better than Lizlac does. Like we mentioned, Lizlac, a tank player. More often than not, he plays a fantastic Makawa. His Ashe isn't too bad either. His Androxus, leaving a little bit to be desired.
Right, and it's good because they're all following the rules perfectly. One of the rules was not to spawn camp, and he seems to be taking that in fairly well. I like people who read the rules. Very helpful.
Definitely comes in handy. I mean, they're not just there for, laughs and giggles. They are there to serve a purpose. Now, Lizlac again, first into the reversal. It's going to be absorbed and countered. Oh, Patanda throws it back in his face, and now 1 round away from victory. Hades, Patanda sitting comfortably.
Kill. This might be it here.
All he has to do is take the high ground and just wait for Lizlac, like a deer in their headlights, just to be mown down here, 1 frag away. And it's, Lizlac actually gets the drop onto Patanda here, but good old Paladin's getting that passive regeneration, gonna pump him straight back up.
Well, we went for the flank, and it didn't work out.
Oh! GG. Lizlac, like you said, he got the drop there, but that's gonna be it. Patanda just waiting around saying, let's go again, I want a piece, I've had a little bit of a nibble, that's the entree, give me the main course. But I think Lizlac, he's had enough, and that is going to be game. So after that one, Hades, a lot of the other players, the results are currently starting to flow in. Having a look at them, you've got Min GC God getting the win over Hatchery there, Gibbo Gaming getting the win over Infamous, Spin Me Dingle, sir, coming out with the win over at Paladin. So there's plenty more results coming in, ladies and gents, but you just saw there Lizlac going down to Patanda. Like you mentioned, an Overwatch player coming over to Paladins and just trying his hand. Widow main, McCree main, doing a good job.
We'll definitely have to keep an eye on him. I have lined up another game to stream, and it is Oz Rhino versus Jack 1 Nev.
Yep. Fantastic. So Daddy DLS is currently going up against Lojiki. So the winner of that will be going up against Patanda. So interesting to see how that one translates over. Now, Hades, I think the last time I saw you guys as a collective group play Overwatch yourselves was at the Zenland. How do you think it goes? How do you think it translates better coming from Paladins to Overwatch, or the other way around, Overwatch to Paladins?
Oh, that's a hard one because they're really so much different. People don't realise. So when they first come over, they get absolutely destroyed and they don't know why. But if you just practice for long enough, then the high skill in one of them can translate to another, no problem. And I think that goes either way.
Good answer. Spoken like a true champion. So, Oz Rhino versus Jack O Nev. Now, Oz Rhino was one of the first ones to have his results in, making short work of Sligod. Unfortunate for him. But he goes down to the losers bracket. I believe it's going to be a double elimination. Yes, it is. So we're going to be covering the winners bracket games the whole way through to the semi-final. And then, should there be a couple games to be left behind, straggling on, we might bring them onto stream through the losers bracket as well. But hey, having a look at some of these names here, currently in the winners bracket that are coming through just into the second round. So far, who do you think is going to go the whole way through? Who's your hot tip?
Oh, that's a hard one. I really don't know who's going to come out on this one. As I mentioned, all the Kanga members aren't actually in this one. If there were, I'd pick them, but seeing as it's all the rest of the people in the community, we really haven't had a true 1v1 Andro in the history of Paladins. So this will be the first time for people to really show that they're the best.
You're not biased at all. Not biased at all, hey, it's modest too. But hey, Lunok actually picking up a win there over Zanarchy OCE. He'll now go up against Tumescence. So two of the PGS players actually going head-to-head there. So that'll be one to keep your eyes on. Daddy DLS is going to be the one going up against Patanda. The winner of that game will be going up against the winner of this game. So, Hades, have you got a heads up on Oz Rhino and Jacko Nev as yet? Is there a status report for the game?
Looks like they're just making the lobby and joining now. So it should be underway in just a few seconds, hopefully. They've both communicated that they're there, so that's a good start.
Excellent. Excellent start. The other game that I'm having a look at here in the first round is Zambi going up against Bullet. So Zambi, we know that he's quite a good Maldumba, as we've seen throughout the PGS. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes here on the Androxa. Still yet to submit a result, so that one must be going right down to the wire. So, Hades, already, while we're waiting on this game, how about you take us through the prizes that are on offer thanks to Cougar?
Yeah, so we got some great prizes today. Cougar actually offered up a keyboard for the winner, but Cougar, they're good blokes over there. I'm sure if you win, you've already got a good keyboard. They'll give you whatever they want from the website. You go on the Cougar website, you need a new headset, pick one of the latest Cougar headsets. You need a new keyboard, you can get one of them. Yeah, I'm sure they'll let you get whatever you want, whatever piece of gaming gear you need most.
There you go. Choose your very own peripheral. Is that for the winner, Hades, as in the victor of the 1v1? And what about second and third?
So the winner will pick that up, and the top four will get their choice of some rare skins. We got all the latest and rarest skins to give out to the top four. Probably even give them multiple if they want the full set. The number one actually gets the champion title in Discord, which is like a massive ego boost, so you definitely want that one. And we also have some crystals to give out to the top two, and maybe even a random drop for the stream, so plenty of prizes to go around.
Not bad at all.
They should be just starting up the game now. Are we in?
Yeah, Jack and Nev is just waiting, and Oz Rhino currently just hovering around the server, going over to the Magistrate's Archives as we were on the previous one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is round number 2 here of the Kanga 1v1 Cup. Once again, my name is Kit Fox, joined by Captain Hades of Kanga Esports. Here we go, Cougar official getting themselves on board and throwing up a sweet, sweet prize, and anything you want prize, in fact. Lucky dip of the peripheral section of their website. So you need a headset, keyboard, mouse, you name it, you win it, you can choose it. Thanks to Cougar. And of course, thanks to GameStar as well, and Crisis, who's done a fantastic job of getting all the overlays and everything ready for your viewing pleasure tonight. But here we go, Jacko Nev going up against Oz Rhino. Who do you know? Well, first of all, do you know anybody from in this game, Hades? And who do you think's going to win?
Well, Oz Rhino is actually on our Overwatch team, so he's a Kanga player.
Not biased at all. I already know. Say no more. Say no more. I already know who you're going to go for. So
10,
Oz Rhino.
9,
Oz Rhino number 1.
8,
Let's see if the chat feels
7,
the same. Let us know
6,
in there as we count down 5 seconds.
4,
Remember, it is a first
3,
to 10.
2,
Ladies and
1.
gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I'm
And
having a great
so
time.
it
Hope you
begins.
are too. Jacko Nev, Oz Rhino, Kangas 1v1.
Now let's see if they've learned from the previous one with the not pressing reversal first and getting the punches to the reversal. Oh, they both pressed it at the same time.
Oh, Jacko Nev forced to run away. He had to use the reversal there because one more shot and he was dead. If you have to use the reversal first, that is probably where you would, it would only be acceptable to use it, because you may as well use it rather than die. Just try your luck. But Jacko Nev going down. Oz Rhino picking up the first frag. So let's see if the Overwatch players tonight can get the job done. Oz Rhino takes a fair bit of damage. Jacko Nev tries to come around and melees, misses it, and Rhino closes it out. And he'll regenerate up, taking a handy 2-0 advantage.
Wicked.
This is exactly what I was expecting, but it's once again another one of those things. New people coming into the scene that I might not have seen before. And Jacko might have got off to a bad start. We'll see if he can pull it back here.
precision shooting there from Ozrano. You can see just through the bookcases, he knows what he's about here on Androxus. Taken a 3-0 advantage now. Shout out to the scoreboard on the left-hand side there. Live results as well as up top, so if you can't see it up there, just turn your head sideways slightly, and boom, there you go. Bob's your uncle. 3-0 now. Ozrano trying to make it 4-0. They're just duking it out, doing the dance. Jacko Nev just can't seem to land them at the right time. No reversal blame from either of these guys, but Ozrano 4-0. Sitting pretty. Again, just trying to push the advantage here. Jacko Nev, he's he gives himself away just too many times, I think. And now, can he turn the tides? Yes, he can. He answers one back, Hades.
Yes, sorry about this. I'm just trying to catch up with everyone in the bracket, get this bracket moving. Apparently, one of the games made it all the way to the timer running out.
Ooh, how about that?
So that sounds like camping to me, guys.
Was that Zambi? Might have been Zambi. Hey,
that was Arvo and Germs.
Arvo and Germs. Shout out to Arvo and Germs. Anyway, shout out to Ozrano, currently going to 5-1 on the scoreboard. The Cougar official scoreboard. We can say that. Official sponsors of the tournament of Kanga, who've done a great job of getting this one up and ready for the players to throw down the gauntlet, Hades.
Jacko's hanging back a bit now. He knows he's got to play safe, go for those sneak attacks. Ryan actually used his reversal first in this fight. I don't know if it's still on cooldown or not.
Oh, the jukes come out. There it is. Jacko Nev lands a reversal. I think Ozrano just trying to shoot at a split second too early there, just triggering the reversal. But still sitting pretty with a comfortable round advantage. 5 rounds away from the victory.
I guess that's one of the things you don't realise when coming from Overwatch. You think it's gone, but Paladins is tricking you. It's still there. It's blocking your shots.
They're just doing the dance here at the moment on the right-hand side there on the bookcases. Now Jacko Nev forced to retreat into the garden as Ozrano comes down, tries to close the gap. He finds him, but the reversal, baited out. Well done there by Ozrano. Have you been in his ear, Hades? Have you gone, hey mate, this is how you play Androxus? Have you given him the pro bootcamp tips?
I think he's about level 10 in Paladin, so not that much experience so far, but I think he knows. You can fairly easy to pick up. Like I said, the skills are transferable. As you can see here, he's doing alright. He's got the aim. It's just those little things. And there you go. That's what happens.
Right angle snap there from Ozrano. It was baited out well, the reversal, but Ozrano with that nether step and then switching on enough to just come in with a big left-handed backhand. 7-2 now on the scoreboard. 3 rounds away from victory is good old Aussie. Sponsored by Kanga. He is sponsored by Cougar. Is this tournament. And here we go. Nether step going up again. Jacko Nev tries to close the gap. He's unable to do so now. Reversal coming out. Oh, wow. One more hit will land it here. Are they going to bait out the accursed arm? Or are they going to wait for the regen? They're going to regenerate back up. So passive play here. Neither player wanting to give the other any sort of leeway. You know, give an inch, you take a mile in this sort of 1v1 play here. Ozrano is still sitting good. Oh, Jacko Nev just with no reversal in time. And now Ozrano 2 rounds away from the win.
To them. I saw them.
It is.
Multiple shots there. This Andrew at long range just doesn't work.
It doesn't. I mean, the accursed arm is still available as well for both these guys. They haven't used it, haven't realised it. Good utilization. Yeah,
that's what does work at long range. If you are that long range battery, you can accursed arm around corners because it does splash damage.
Ooh, trying to go with the splash damage on the reversal there as well. Just not actually finding, trying to clip the toes of his opponent, but Ozrano now 1 round away from victory. Surely now the accursed arm could be used. There are no rules against ultimates, so can be used. You can buy cards as well, so the only thing is that you play Androxus. Now, he takes it to the skies. Ozrano launches the ult, splash damage for days. Jacko Nev takes a lot of it now into reversal. 63 HP. One more shot will seal his fate. Ozrano 1 round away from victory. The regeneration coming up. He hunts for the kill, finds it, and takes the victory. GG to Ozrano.
Yep, GG. That was actually insane. You can also, they were allowed to buy items, and Ozrano actually forgot to upgrade his items. You can buy them anywhere on the TDM maps. So that's another thing people got to watch out for. He was playing at a disadvantage there.
So there we go, with no items, Ozrano coming out with the victory over Jacko Nev. But That is 2 rounds over, ladies and gentlemen. That was actually pretty quick there. With round 1, we saw Lizlat going down to Patanda, who was actually going up against Daddy DLS in the second round as well. As you just saw on stream, Oz Rhino coming out with the victory over Jacko Nev. But having a quick look over at the challenge bracket here for the Kanga 1v1 Cup, there is only one other result to come in, and that is Jaquib coming out with the victory there over Gibbo Gaming. So while we wait for those results to come in, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to take a very, very short break, so don't go anywhere. Enjoy the beats, get refreshed, and we'll see you on the other side.